Hi, I'm Dawn Loding with eXp Realty, and I am the team leader of the Loding Group here at eXp Realty. Every month I do a VIP giveaway, and this month we're doing it at the Above Ground Pizza. And today I'm here with Jimmy White,
Yep.
who is the owner of Above Ground Pizza, one of the owners, right?
Yep, there's two of us.
We're going to do an interview, but I also just wanted to kind of explain to you why we're doing this. So I wanted to give everybody a taste of what it's like to be in New Braunfels, and I love to keep it local. So we're going to have a great conversation. I'm going to be giving away these gift cards to my VIP clients who we have worked with in the past, and just have a good time. So Jimmy, I have a few questions for you. Are you ready to get started?
I believe so.
Great. And then in a little bit, you're going to see some of my team come in because we're also having our monthly eXp team luncheon here at Above Ground Pizza. So
Very nice.
Thank you so much for watching, and let's just get started because I am super excited to find out the answer to this question. I used to go to your pizza place downtown when it was underground pizza.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely my favorite pizza in the world. I've lived in California and I've lived in Texas, and by far yours was the favorite. You can ask my husband, who's a regular here also. I think I cried whenever you closed underground.
Nobody was happy with us, that's for sure. We made no friends when we closed.
I bet, and your Facebook page probably blew up.
Yeah,
right?
It was not good. It was just one of those things. It was just time. We had to move forward and make some changes. So
okay.
It was one of those where there really wasn't an opportunity to reorganize. It was more one of those where you just kind of had to like get it done, get it over, and then move forward.
Sometimes you got to walk away to see the whole picture and see what the plans for the future are.
It had to be a clean cut. It just needed to be moved forward. So anyway.
Awesome. So tell me how Above Ground came about.
So Underground came around completely organically. You know, we were like thinking about a name and we were like, well, we're underground, you know, so it's like, well, that's kind of cool. So Underground Pizza worked out great. So that came about by itself. So we're going to reopen this. We posted something just to get like some feedback from folks about like, we said something about like, oh, did anybody hear the rumor about Underground? And we had a couple people like kind of send like nasty emails going like, what do you think you're doing with that? Like, it's like a legend, you can't touch that. And we were like, so a lot of good friends of ours said, oh man, move forward with that, move forward with it. So we started bouncing around names and just like, they were like, whoa, you were underground before, now you're above ground. And so we did like a competition.
Clever.
We actually did a contest and it won like overwhelmingly, it won. So it was like, all right, there it's born, there it is.
Awesome, and here we are.
So it was easy enough, yeah. So underground before, above ground now.
All right, awesome. And who owns this? I know that you're one of the owners. Who do you own this
My wife
with?
and I.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we're partners.
Annette.
We own it. Yep, Annette.
Awesome. Well,
This is our baby.
thank you, both of you. You probably give up so much of your time for your business because this is open from noon to what time?
Noon to 9.
Noon to 9 in New Braunfels, Texas, with the best pizza. So I'm telling you, it's quiet in here right now, but shortly this place is going to fill up because I've been here and it does. So
yeah, it's crazy days.
it's
for sure.
awesome. So, and you have beer on tap. So
yeah, we have a great selection of beer.
You do. I've had it. And I have a couple samples here. So tell me, we have some news to announce. So
yeah, so we paired up with Allstott Brewery, which is out of Fredericksburg.
I love
So it's pretty cool.
Fredericksburg.
Yeah, it's a great town. And Allstott is just this wonderful German brewery that does things incredibly right. I mean, they literally take their water up there and they get the chemical equations from Germany in the region where they're trying to reproduce the beer, and they match the water, the actual chemical equation in the water from over there. So they're really taking this seriously, and I think that their beer reflects it. I was happily surprised. I shouldn't say surprised because that would surprise means I didn't think it was going to be great. Like I knew it would be good beer, but I was just amazed at how like tasty and fresh. Like their Oktoberfest just came out, and I'm not a giant Oktoberfest drinker. But I'm telling you, this is a drinking beer. Usually Oktoberfest beer, like you have the first one, you're like, oh, it was great, like, can I have my regular? Man, I'm telling you, second, third, they're just smooth, they're crisp.
Smooth. So you gave me a few samples here, and I did try them, but this one is my favorite.
The light one,
The light one, you guys. I'm not a real big beer connoisseur, but I love like a wheat beer, a Belgian beer, kind of a lighter taste with a little bit of sweet.
Celis or something fun.
Something Blue Moon, stuff like that.
Yes, oh yeah, Blue Moon's a big one.
This is amazing.
So this is just their light. So this is just their version of light, and I would just challenge anybody, come on in, we have an amazing wall, we got 15 beers on the wall.
So good.
We have a company that handles the whole wall for us, so we get like really neat selections and stuff. But they brought this light in, and I was like, okay, another light. And then people started trying it, and they were like, wow, that's better than anything I've had. So great success with them. And like I said, now they're a partner. We actually use their beer. We use their Hefeweizen in our crust.
Oh my, you do?
Yeah. So that's how this whole started. Was that I realized that I wanted to do something better than water. I'm like, okay, well, water is water. Everybody uses water. Like it's the same way that our cinnamon bun bread pudding came along. So we were all sitting around, we were having the bread pudding, and we were laughing, saying how wonderful it was, and we were going like, okay, so my culinary team were always going like, how can we make it better? How can we do this? And somebody from the background was like, wow, you could make it with cinnamon buns. And we were like, done and done.
Oh my
goodness. So,
so,
and it's the same with when we were making the crust, I felt like it was where it needed to be, but I wanted something more. So we started messing around with a bunch of different beers and trying them in there, and this particular beer, their Hefeweizen from Allstadt, just worked the best. It has the right amount of sugar in it, it has the right amount of flavoring in it, and it just adds to the nose of the crust. And
it does.
We love it.
Your crust is beyond amazing.
I think it's fun.
I love it. So, and which brings me to the next question. So, what is your favorite pizza here?
Ooh, that's a hard one. We do specials all the time, so like the special is always my favorite because I don't see it all the time. So like we just had a really cool one, the lemon squeezy. That was really neat. It had like fresh arugula and prosciutto and parmesan and then lemon juice squeezed on top. So that was phenomenal. And then like right now we have the wurst pie, and that's gonna run right through September. And so that's basically, we made like this cheesy wurst sauce that goes on the bottom, and then some sauerkraut and sausage, and then it's finished with bratwursts. So it's really cool. Yeah, it's really neat. People are digging it. And so we actually had a lot of people hollering at us because we used to have the worst dip on the menu. And it sold okay, but I was like, this is kind of seasonal. Let's not put it on the menu. Now we'll do it like in October. And right away people were like, oh, well, where's the worst dip? And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. So anyway, now they got the worst pie, so everybody's happy.
Awesome. Awesome. Are you the one that comes up with all these ideas?
Some of them, yeah. I have a chef, Manny Serrano, who is my chef now, who's like in charge of all the culinary stuff here. He does most of the specials now. But yeah, in general, we all just kind of sit around and talk and decide like what we think would be cool, and we bounce things off each other all week long.
Where did you get the original recipe for this?
Okay, well, it came in parts. So the crust is from my neighborhood in Philadelphia. So like where I grew up in Philadelphia, there was 4 pizza parlors right in our neighborhood, all very different from each other, very different. So we would all get together after our date nights, like on Saturday night, and we would get done our dates early enough to get back to somebody's house where we would gather and drink warm beer and decide like where we wanted our pizza from. And you would watch, because we would all split off in 4 directions. Because like on any given night, I would maybe want continental pizza. Another night I'd want Harvey's pizza. It just depended on like what I was in the mood for. So we'd all split off, get our pizza, and meet back at the house. So this crust is actually like a hybrid of all of the pizzas from my neighborhood, like what I thought was the best of all their crusts.
And the oven that you cook in, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, we just built that monster.
That thing is a monster.
It's crazy. So we bought that from a company called Forno Bravo, who actually has a pouring company in California, but the design is from Italy. Okay. And it came in pieces, and we had to put it together. The base we put together, you got about 7,000 pounds of concrete involved in that oven right there. So it's pretty nifty, and it's 100% wood. We don't even have any gas in this whole building. So it's not like a gas assist where you have gas and you can throw a log on once in a while. We're 100% log. Like if we're not doing logs,
paper and throwing it in.
You bet. Yeah, it's 100% wood. And I did that on purpose because I wanted my culinarians here to have to focus on their jobs. So I didn't want them on their phones every second of the day where you come in and press a button and in 20 minutes the oven's at a perfect temperature. You have to work with her all day.
And that's fine.
She changes, she's moody, the humidity changes it, like the wind changes her.
Yeah.
So you have to have trained people, and I wanted that. I didn't want a bunch of robots standing around shoving blank pies in an oven.
And it's fun. I love starting a fire. I am the official fire starter at my house. My kids, my husband are like, Mom, let's light a fire. I'm on it. I'm like, I love lighting a fire. Something about the smell.
I think everybody has somebody in the family who loves to start a fire. I mean, there's always one kind of like inane pyro in every family. That was always me. Like that was my title. Like, anybody need anything? Like, oh, I'm the guy. I'll do it.
And now you've made a career out of it.
You bet. I figured out how to find my dharma.
Well, awesome. I think that just about covers everything. Yeah. I am so grateful for you for having this interview, letting my team have lunch here. everything. I'm so grateful. I love this area. I love New Braunfels. I love keeping it local. We don't just want to sell you a house at the Loding Group here at eXp Realty. We want to welcome you to our community. My goal is to give you a taste of our community. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel where I upload new videos every Monday. So thank you so much, Jimmy.
I think it's important too that if you
it.
look at folks like yourself who are going out of their way to show that they care like a little more.
Yeah.
And as you look around and you make choices, and I think it's very important right now that we make real choices about the businesses that we support. And I think that you're a great example of somebody who's obviously showing that she cares a little bit more than just like selling you a house and moving on.
Yeah.
You could be home right now. You could be
be.
chilling, and instead you're giving a service to the community. And I think that's super important as people make their choices. Couldn't be any more important right now.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, you're
for that.
welcome.
I
Thanks for coming.
appreciate it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
You bet.
Now let's go
Let's have some
lunch.
pie. Let's do it.
Thank